Hello and welcome. Let me talk to you a little bit about getting the right tools for the right job. And I'm here on Tresco Island, and the location right behind me is the Heliport. And for a really small island, you need a couple of ways of approaching it. You can approach it by boat, and depending on whether the tide's high or low, you approach to one key or the other. And of course, if you fancy it, you can actually get a helicopter in from the mainland in Cornwall. And one of the things you can see behind me, I'm hoping, is the windsock. And beside the windsock, there's actually a wind meter. If you can see in the distance, you may not be able to see it. It's very small and thin, and it's one of these cups that's off a swing, circulate around. The faster the wind, the faster they circulate, and they send the wind speed to the pilot. So the pilot now has, just looking at the windsock, the pilot has information about the rough speed of the wind and the wind direction, and from the turning cups, I don't even know the word for it, right? I should have done the research first before coming out on my dawn walk. But if you look at from the twirling cup, should we call it that? From the twirling cups, he has an idea of the wind speed, and so can land the helicopter more safely, more easily. In business, we have a whole lot of data that is potentially available to us, but 99 out of 100 businesses do not use it. They will look to land their plane or helicopter, as the analogy goes, without the data. And as a result, they make much less profit than they could have done. They make a much lower return on their investment of time, money, emotion, than they otherwise could have done. And what I would look to ask you to do would be to look at what you do and what you have to hand to help you run your business. One of the recent unfortunate stories before I came away on this trip was one of my clients came to me having not seen me for 8 months, and said to me, look, it's time to do the accounts. It's over a year, it's been a year since we last did the accounts, and the next year accounts were due. And when we looked at it, he had actually made a loss, and he couldn't understand it. He couldn't understand why he couldn't meet his bills, he couldn't pay his tax bills, he couldn't meet his staff bills as easily. And the reason was he was making a loss. Now, the loss would have been apparent 11 months ago, 10 months ago, 9 months ago, 8 months ago, and so on. The opportunity to make a change, to make a difference, to make a change in direction, to even stop trading and wasting all that energy and emotion and personal money into the business could have been saved. And that's what I'm all about. I hate seeing waste. I'm all about running efficient businesses, wasting as little as possible in terms of energy, money, emotion, and really getting the best result with the resources you have. And the messages are there in the figures. All you have to do is listen and learn to interpret them, and you will have the information you need to help you run a more successful business. So have a think about what information you have to run your business. How well are you using that information? Are you using that business information, or are you trying to land that helicopter without any information on wind direction or wind speed? Would you like to be in a helicopter that landed without that information, where a pilot didn't know that those two critical bits of information before you landed? I suspect not. Take care of yourself. Don't forget, if you like this information, think about it, link to it, like it, share it, comment on it, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Goodbye.